What is up, my WAP movie realists? Once again, I am Matt, and we are back for another real review. And today's review is Predator Badlands. That is right, the long-awaited sequel, but not really, but also kind of is to Prey, the Hulu hit film that nobody knew was a Predator movie going into it, starring Amber Midthunder. Almost forgot her name, but I love her, and I love her because of that film. Anyways, we are here for Predator Badlands. And Badlands. And I gotta say, this was not something I was expecting from the Predator franchise. Ultimately, what we get, and I'm going as loose as possible on the story, is following a Predator as our protagonist and seeing his journey to become his own person and evolve and be a full-on Predator, a Yautja Warrior. And that young Yautja's name is Dek, and he goes to this planet to kill this creature that is feared across the galaxy to earn his cloak. For those who don't know, the cloak is the mechanism that allows predators to cloak themselves and turn themselves invisible. Well, once he gets to that planet, he comes across a synth played by Elle Fanning, and they kind of have to team up, and a very fun, interesting story unfolds from there. That is the plot in the loosest terms, and let me tell you, this is a summer blockbuster film coming out in the fall. For those people who are looking for a Marvel-esque film to check out in what would normally be this November Marvel slot, look no further. This film is fun. It's got such compelling performances, even though one of them is not even in English. It is in the Yautja language, and it's primarily done through captions and Elle Fanning translating. It's a very compelling and fun story. I mean, early on, the setup, it does drag a little bit, and ultimately, some things feel like they could have been a little bit more developed, especially when it comes to Elle Fanning's character. But seeing the connections between Weyland-Yutani and this world that Dek goes to, and Dek's purpose in doing everything, it's ultimately a really fun journey. Elle Fanning, who I did not like in the Complete Unknown film, is a standout in this. She has double duty playing two synths. And that's all I'll really say about that in regards to her story. But she does a fantastic job of just making you feel like she really is these two different people or two different synths, and kind of both sides of the coin. I absolutely loved it. And realistically, she's the most real performance we get in this film, because a lot of what else happens is primarily through the Predator. Now, I don't know if it was primarily practical or CG or a blend, but what we get is a nice blend, and you actually, for the first time in any Predator film, feel for the Predator. And that, I think, is something that's really cool, especially going into 2025 where we are now. And this is a franchise that's been around since the 80s, with the first Predator films starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and the second with Danny Glover. I mean, this is a franchise that eventually evolved, and now we've had two back-to-back bangers with Prey and Predator Badlands that I think the pathway forward, and three back-to-back bangers if you count the Hulu animated film Predator Killer of Killers. But I think how this series has evolved is what some franchises need to do to stay relevant. And Predator got ahead of the curve and did that. It put itself on ice after the Shane Black Predators flop, and then came back, hit us with the Hulu movie that was critically and just overall by the masses well received, and ultimately we ended up with an in-theater sequel. It's the same reason we got Alien Romulus in theaters. They put the Alien franchise on ice. Prey did well, and they're like, hey, you know what? Instead of doing this on Hulu like we were originally going to do, let's put this out on in theaters. And then we got Alien Earth, and we've had 2 back-to-back bangers in the Alien franchise. Now, granted, a lot of people consider the Alien franchise and the Predator franchise to be hand-in-hand, considering they take place in the same universe. So if you want to be realistic, you've had 4 or 5 back-to-back bangers from this franchise, whether it be through a Hulu movie or an actual theatrical release. So if I'm giving Predator Badlands a rating, I'm giving it a 4. Like I said, some of the setup is and you're kind of wanting a little bit more at times from Elle Fanning's character and that backstory. But ultimately, it's a fun film, and it's something that should put asses in seats, especially after a slow October. But that's just my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments what you think. And remember to like and subscribe to everything we do over here at Yautja Warrior Entertainment, whether that be the stuff we do here, like Daily Profit Cast with myself and Amr and Moses, where a new episode will be dropping live next Tuesday afternoon. So you'll be able to check that out on the replay, or our sister channel, Watt Real Gaming, run by my business partner, Taylor Cleek, where all of our Twitch streams go to live after the fact. We're doing a Fortnite stream next week, so you'll be able to find that after the fact. And yeah, so go follow the Twitch too, which is just twitch.tv/WattReal, like it's spelled up there. But with that, folks, signing off, I am Matt. This was another Real Reaction, and we will see you next time. Peace.